Welcome to the Daily Build, where I share daily updates, yes, daily, on how to give more value and create greater impact when working with teams and audiences. So, why? Why is that important? I, for about 15 years, have a collection of experience across working with different management consulting firms, being a keynote speaker all around the world, and working on some pretty wild adventures. But at the core of all these is working with teams, and I've learned a lot about working with different teams on different goals in different countries and cultures. And I thought it'd be really nice to just create an environment here called the Daily Build where I share this with you. So it's not just a nice to have when it comes to being aware on how to, the different mindset, the different systems, behaviors, modeling on creating a useful outcome when working with people. Ultimately, it's about connection and making people know that they're heard, helping people know that they're heard and seen, and that you, with your service, whatever line of business you're in, so it's not just about workshop facilitation or keynote speaking or management consulting, it's any business, because we're all working with clients. How is it that we help people feel seen and heard, and how do we work a little bit more smart with them on creating value for ultimately the things that they're trying to achieve? So that's why I wanted to create this series. So the key lessons that I've learned as a facilitator break down into models. So I've shared these across the other videos that I've got. These models come from a number of different methodologies, but basically taken by themselves, these models will help you get your head around different ways to engage in workshops, different ways to have meaningful outcomes, to align. That's the align bit. I could underline that 17 times. Align is such a massive thing. And often when you're working with people, there's assumptions being made. It's like if you hear someone say benefit, right? And everyone goes, yeah, okay, we understand benefits. Well, you could have a sales director and a human resource director, or even two people from your client in the room, and they're probably thinking very different things. So I'm going to be sharing models on how to align and how to really get on the same page of what is to be expected for the work that you want to do. One key thing that I'd love to share with you about that is when working with teams, especially across different departments or different cultures, there's this good model to have in the back of your mind. And think about it like long distance runners and sprinters, right? So in a conversation. And your long distance runners are the ones that are, not literally runners, but like figuratively, they're the ones in a meeting that'll kind of sit back. They're a bit more quiet. Many cultures will behave this way. So it could be down to the person or kind of universal and wherever you're working. Then kind of sit back and listen, maybe not really participate. And then you have sprinters that will be the first off the gate to raise their hand, to say something, to provide input, or to share their thoughts, or sometimes to speak for other people. See, the thing is, it's all valid. It's fine. And the thing is to be aware of not discarding, the long distance runners, not underappreciating the value that she or he has, because it's difficult sometimes to be able to get your ideas out to the forefront when you're surrounded by a bunch of sprinters. Some people call that introverted or however, and I'm not exactly sure how it lies from an introversion extroversion perspective, because I know I'm different in different environments. Some environments I'm super extroverted, and some I'm not. I'm quite introverted. And I think it's when working with people, that is something that'll be really, really good to keep in the top of mind, is that you do have sprinters and you do have long distance runners. And please, when doing workshops with clients or briefings, and again, it doesn't just have to be about workshops, but briefings on the outcome of a service or product that you provide, don't discard the people that are a little slow to respond or a little maybe just quiet throughout the meeting, because that's totally valid. I mean, there's so many meetings where I would say maybe socially I'm probably a bit more extroverted, but there's so many meetings where I could easily be discounted as, oh, maybe he doesn't have a lot to say. That's not the case. I'm thinking, kind of considering in terms of the greater conversation out of respect for other people that might be the fastest, the sprinters in that context. But it doesn't mean that my ideas or someone's ideas aren't valid. So that is an example of one kind of mindset, just kind of one tool to keep in your tool belt, is just think about, it's a nice visual. I'm a very visual person, constantly waving my hands around in these videos. And it's nice to just keep in your mind that analogy of that sprinters and long distance runners when working with different people in different meetings. So the ability to work with teams to create more value and provide greater impact is something I think that we have the ability to continue to learn, right? It's not like a skill set that you just gain and now you have it. You don't have to worry about creating value for teams anymore because you understand it. I mean, it's like a muscle. We have to constantly work it out. I have to constantly work it out, and these videos help me just as much as I hope they're helping you. And that's why I'm sharing these. You'll see on my main page here, there's a whole list of various videos, and there's going to be more coming every single weekday. I'm going to be sharing books that I've read, things that have really inspired me in terms of how to create more value and give greater impact to teams and certainly to audiences. I'll be giving some speaking tips. So I've been fortunate to learn from incredible mentors all over the world on how to present better, how to have better stage presence. And that's helpful if you want to present a message from a stage, like a keynote talk, or from a room, or your weekly all hands meeting. Presentation skills are super relevant no matter where you're working or what environment you're in. So I hope that those are going to help you. So what I would love to do is hear from you. Feel free to drop in the comments, like, is there a subject that you would like to learn more about? Is there a topic in particular? Is there something you're struggling with when it comes to working with teams or speaking or having confidence on stage? I'm here for it. I'd really, really hope that these videos help you out. And if they do, throw me a like and let me know where you're watching this from. Keen to see where you're at. I'm sitting outside today because it's finally a sunny day in Oslo, Norway. And so here's a bush. All right, have a great day.